boxing fans? This is Kenneth, SBM Boxing. Visit the web at www.sbmboxing.com. Friend request, subscribe. Let's speak boxing. And what do we want to talk about? Let's talk about Mayweather. Mayweather's sweating to take on somebody in September. Who's going to fight in September? It's going to be Maidana II. It's going to be Cotto II. Cotto makes history. He beat Sergio Martinez at 160, 4-weight division. That can sell. And that'll be a good fight. First showdown, Cotto gave him a run for money. So it's going to be Cotto versus Mayweather II. It's going to be Maidana. Maidana gave him a run for his money. Maidana versus Mayweather II. Is it going to be Robert Guerrero? Robert Guerrero fights this weekend. If he puts on a great performance, maybe September he's going to line up. The 21st he's going to fight. And he's already calling out Mayweather. He would like to fight Mayweather again. Even fucking Victor Ortiz wants to fight Mayweather again. Everybody wants to fight Mayweather again. Canelo Alvarez could be Canelo Alvarez if he defeats Lara at 154 and becomes champ. And becomes the WBA champ. Will that earn him a potential fight against Floyd Mayweather Jr.? But who knows? Who knows if that's going to earn him a fight? But one of the main things you got to take under consideration is basically this. A lot of people want that rematch. I think you know that opportunity only comes once in a lifetime, and you got to take definitely full advantage of the opportunity. I think if Mayweather fights Maidana again, it's going to have a different outcome. I think Maidana's going to learn from his mistakes, and so is Mayweather. And Mayweather is going to adjust, and I think Mayweather's going to have a wider margin in coming out victorious in that fight. I think of them rematches, I think between Cotto and Canelo, it's going to be a completely different fight. I don't think it'll be a different fight if Mayweather fights Robert Guerrero. I don't think it's going to be a different fight if he fights Victor Ortiz. I don't think it's going to, well, obviously it is going to be a different fight because it's that headbutt shit, it was crazy. But anyways, who is he going to fight? You know, but if we look back on everything, instead of looking at the rematches and stuff, there's a guy that doesn't need a rematch. He doesn't need a rematch, and he definitely sells. He's the second he's the second highest pay-per-view besides Canelo Alvarez, besides Mayweather. He's right there with Canelo, if not higher than Canelo. His name is Floyd, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao doesn't need a rematch. Let's make that fight happen. I understand that Bob Arum. I understand Richard Schaefer left. I understand that whole entire stuff, but everything's contradicting to me. That fight needs to happen. Manny Pacquiao, on the other hand, you know, he looked good against Timothy Bradley. That was a great victory coming off of a loss against Marquez, coming off of a loss against Timothy Bradley. You know, he came out victorious, put on a great performance. And Manny Pacquiao, who's Manny Pacquiao going to fight next? I don't want to see him fight Algieri that beat Proudnikov. If that fight ever fucking happens against Manny Pacquiao, I wouldn't even watch that fight. That's straight bullshit. But, you know, whatever, the boxing genius will twist something up and say, you know, Manny Pacquiao has a better resume than Floyd Mayweather Jr. But anyways, who's going to fight? Maidana and Amir Khan were right there in the mix. Right there in the mix. I think Mayweather needs to take on Amir Khan. But that fight's not going to happen in September. We're talking about the September fight, though. Why is it not going to happen? Because of Ramadan. His religion. Amir Khan's Ramadan just is, you know, since Mayweather's going to go ahead and fight in September, with a Ramadan coming, it's not going to happen. That's definitely not going to happen. But Amir Khan, quote unquote, went ahead and said, you know what, I still want a big showdown. It's not going to stop me whatsoever. He's still going to fight Mayweather in the future, but he's looking to land a big time fight, whether it's going to be Manny Pacquiao this year or somewhere on the lines as far as Marquez or something like that, you know, or possibly even Keith Thurman. But who knows? You know, if he fights with Manny Pacquiao, I think Amir Khan, you guys know that Amir Khan is he put on a great performance against Colazo. I think stylistically, I base everything on fights. I mean, on styles. If Amir Khan went ahead and took on Manny Pacquiao, I think Amir Khan would lose. Why would he lose? They're both explosive. They're both fast. Amir Khan is just Manny Pacquiao. You know, Manny Pacquiao's quick, he's fast, he's explosive, but he's aggressive as well. And everyone knows that Amir Khan has a problem with people being... Look at the Lamont Peterson fight. Look at the Danny Garcia fight. Look at all these fights that are happening. If you press, and you got a little bit of speed, there's going to be some issues there. I understand he's been training with Virgil Hunter, but I think Amir Khan has a better opportunity to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. than Manny Pacquiao. I'm not saying Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a better fighter than Manny Pacquiao. I just think stylistically he's going to be completely different. Mayweather Jr. Yeah, he's real precise with his punching, but he doesn't have high output punches. He's not very explosive. He's not going to throw 4 or 5 punch combinations and just be explosive with it. He's going to be a little bit more selective, more on the defensive end. And it's going to allow Amir Khan to settle down and be explosive. Whereas Manny Pacquiao is going to be explosive, and he's going to come at you. He's going to press you, which that's going to give Amir Khan problems. And Manny Pacquiao has more power than Floyd Mayweather Jr. I don't care what anybody says. I think Floyd Mayweather Jr. will beat Manny Pacquiao, but I think Pacquiao just has more power. Plain, blank, simple, and that's it. But you really don't know who's going to fight Mayweather Jr. I think Mayweather Jr. needs to fight somebody at 154. He definitely has to fight somebody at 154. Period. He's the WBA champ. He's WBC champ, Ring Magazine champion, and that's both in the 147 welterweight division and that 154 division. The only champs you have in the 154 division, you have Lara, but Lara's going to take on Canelo Alvarez. The winner of that fight should take on Floyd Mayweather Jr. But if it's Canelo, I don't see that fight happening whatsoever. He's not going to fight Carlos Molina at 154, who's the IBF champ. That's not going to happen. Why? Because if that fight does happen, that just completely contradicts everything. What the fuck, man? I thought you're about money. He's not going to fight Demetrius, and that's a lame ass fight. At 147, he's not going to fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, yeah, he came out victorious against Soto Carras, looked good, but come on, I think Keith Thurman needs to get a couple fights underneath his belt. If anything, Porter deserved more shot than Keith Thurman. Why? Because he beat Paulie Malignaggi, completely dominated Paulie Malignaggi, and he completely dominated Devin Alexander, who Mayweather was going to fight Devin Alexander, and Devin Alexander was in the mix, which comes to my next point. I just think he needs to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's it. Fuck that. Floyd Mayweather Jr. needs to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's it. I'm not going to sit here and try to guess who's he going to fight. I just think he needs to fight Manny Pacquiao and get the shit over with. That's basically it. Let's go down the lines. What's the rebuttals here? Manny Pacquiao lost. No, Manny Pacquiao needs to come out victorious before he can step in the ring with me. Look, dude, he beat Timothy Bradley. What other fighter out there just is coming off a victory like that? No other fighter. Period. What other fighter is just, it's 56-5 and multi-division world champion, pound-for-pound champion. Dollar-wise, he came off a great victory off of Timothy Bradley. There's no fighter that's coming off a victory like that. And it is a prime Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley, who beat Juan Marquez, who beat Manny Pacquiao. So it's just like, dude, that right there, that should get you the Mayweather fight. He has a crazy backing from the Philippines. He's fucking right there with Canelo Alvarez. Between him and Canelo are right there for the second spot as far as money draw. There's nobody out there besides Canelo that can come close as far as generating income like that. So that's 2 fucking reasons you need to fight him. And he's going to take the test. He's going to take the test. So what's the problem? Let's make this fight happen. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. That's just make this fight happen. But this weekend, subscribe, guys. This weekend's gonna be some good fights. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Pronikov. I watched the fight, but I didn't want to. Honestly, I didn't feel like making any videos. Matter of fact, I'm a little out of it right now, so that's why I'm a little bit laid back. I'm kind of forcing myself to make these videos, but. On the 21st, which is Saturday, has some good fights. You guys need to watch that fight. You have Guerrero's coming back. He had a big layoff. Lomachenko, he's going to fight Gary Russell Jr. That's going to be a good-ass fight. And that's for the WBO. That I think that title's vacant or something like that. But Devin Alexander's going to step into the ring. Devin Alexander lost. He's trying to bounce back. He lost to Porter. but he's going to step into the ring against Soto Carras. Soto Carras lost to Keith Thurman. That's going to be a good night of fights, man. That's going to be a really good night of fights. I think that between Devin Alexander and Soto Carras, that's going to be a good fight. I want to see how Robert Guerrero looks, but that's about it. I really got shit to say about this. But anyways, guys, this is Kenneth with SBM Boxing. Friend request, subscribe. Have a good one.